All right, guys, so welcome back to part 3 of our tutorial. I guess you'd call it a tutorial, just sort of a summary of the state of the mod, the Adventurers Guild mod, sort of where we're at, because everybody's been patient. I know everybody's chomping at the bit to see what the heck's been done, and we're anxious. I'm anxious to show everybody what's been done, but we want to make sure it's right before we actually release an update. So where we were is in part 2, we had discovered the activation area and how that works. We had shown event cards and how that works, how monsters spawn. You just simply click and drag, and you can bring them over to your area to place. And we'll go ahead and pull up the TTS scene here. I did get the goblin programming in. I went ahead and moved the decks over to the sides just so they're not in the way, and brought these, I call them combat dice, and you can see why. You want to zoom in, and if you have this gigantic, enormous dice like this, when you're nice and zoomed in, by the time you roll it, it's immediately off your screen. So I like to try to stay zoomed in if I can, and not have to go to the character sheets and what have you. So with that, Barbarian, it's the Barbarian's turn, and he's ready to go. One thing I do want to show you quickly are the hotkeys, now that we're kind of getting into combat. If you go up to the top of your screen, you'll see a button here that says Options. You want to click that, and a menu appears, a drop-down menu. Scroll down to Game Keys, select that, and this will tell you if you ever forget or you get lost or what have you, what does what. So if you want to do a split the dungeon deck, it's Shift-L on mine. If you want to cycle through the different arch placements on a board tile, it's Shift-K on mine. So you can program these and have these set to whatever you like. I'm using V for melee attack and G for ranged attack. Basically, it's a copy of the melee button here and the missile, beg your pardon, little monk, the missile attack button here. So the first thing I'm going to do is roll for Berserk. We are working on the Berserk roll. So for now, I'm just going to pick up a dice and roll to see if I go Berserk. Obviously, it would only be a 6. But look at that. I am Berserk, so I get 2 attacks this turn. I am Berserk. Now, by the update, it'll prompt the Barbarian to roll for Berserk. You'll roll for Berserk, and you will have either an icon on the GUI or a cube, a very, 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 very small cube above his head that will denote that he's Berserk. And it will also show that he would have 2 attacks on his character sheet here, would go up to attacks 2. So the system knows he gets 2 attacks. So for now anyway, I am Berserk, and I'm going to go ahead and attack. I'm not going to use my hotkeys so that you guys can see what I'm doing. And again, you don't have somebody explaining this usually. You just do it. So it goes a lot faster when you're not having to explain it. So, excuse me. I'm the Barbarian. When you click this button, it's going to ask you who you want to attack. Please choose a target. You simply click your target, grab your dice, give it a little shake and roll. And it says that I rolled a 3 and needed a 3, and to roll for damage, I'm going to roll for damage. Oh, it was a death blow, which means I can go and I can attack the next guy right next to him. Sweet. I'm going to hit him too. Kill him. Kill him. Oh, totally whiffed on that one. But that was my first attack, so I'm going to attack him again with my second attack, and I'm going to shake and roll. And, oh, totally missed on that. What is going on? He got all distracted, excited with that first death blow. He's in such a rage, he's just flailing about. So anyway, that ends the Barbarian's turn. So you just click End, and it goes to Elphora. If you want to be Elphora, you just simply click Elphora, and now you are the elf. The elf, since the elf is never pinned, we're going to go ahead and move the elf over here. Although, no, we want a better chance for death blow. So we're going to keep Elphora where she is and let her swing her sword. So I'm Elphora now. I'm going to go ahead and attack this one right here. I use Elphora's dice that are green. I give it a little shake. And, ooh, I think I hit. I sure did. Here comes damage. Kill him. Yeah, he's gone. That means an attack to the next guy right there. Guys, it's even faster. Rolled a 5, needed a 3. Here it is. Death blow. Boom. And Elphora's turn is gone, so we want to be the wizard. Wizard comes in. I think, yeah, we're going to take these guys out. I hate being a charging wizard, of course, but we're going to go up and move up with him. He's going to go ahead and attack, and let's select this one first. Come on, wizard. Hit him. Got him. Oh, take him out, wizard. Look at you go with your sword. Yeah, that's a death blow right there, buddy. And we're going to melee attack this guy next. Going to give him a little shake. And, oh, we hit him again. Look at Shazam, off to a good start here. Takes both out. That is end of his turn. Because it's an unexpected event, we only have 1 power. We're certainly not going to spend any of our stored power. That means Gungi gets to go. We're going to make it Gungi's turn by clicking on his icon. And Gungi, of course, he's going to turn. He's seeing everybody get a kill. So look at him. Look at him. He's ready for a kill. We're going to attack this one here. Use the orange dice because Ari's on it. And he hits. Now, Great Axe ability means you get to roll 2 dice. 1. And it asks you, please roll an extra dice. Let's talk about that for a second, which kills him. So pause. The Great Axe ability rolls 2 dice. Pretty soon, we're going to be able to roll 2 dice at the same time. Understand that it's not our issue. It's not our programmer's issue. It's a TTS issue. TTS, there's rumors. I'm not going to say where I heard them, but there's rumors that they are going to address this very thing in their very next update. So that you can indeed take an orange dice and another orange dice and roll 2 at the same time and understand the result of both. Since we can't do it that way right now, all right, just until the next TTS update, we hope. The Great Axe ability, you have to roll 1 at a time, and it'll take both. And if they're doubles, you get to add them together. If it's double ones, then Little Monk had a great idea about having an animation of him tripping on his beard, which I would love to see. That would be great. So that being the case, when it comes to monsters, and when it comes to spawning monsters, we don't have the detailed programming like we do for the Great Axe right now because we know it's getting ready to change in the very near future. So I know you're not going to like this, guys, but what happens is you basically roll 1 dice, and whatever that number is, it's doubled. So if you roll a 4, you're going to, if it says roll 2d6 snotlings and you roll a 4, you're going to have 8 snotlings. That's just the way it is for now, and it's not our thing. It's a TTS thing that will be resolved hopefully very, very soon. All right, so back to the combat. We're all done. It's the end of the turn. The system sees that there are no monsters on the board. It also sees, if you noticed, that we are not next to an arch, so we skipped the exploration phase. It knows this and jumps straight to the power phase. So you can see, without somebody explaining, it goes pretty quickly. It burns through pretty fast. We're not the wizard. We want to be the wizard because it's power phase, so you just click the guild logo. You're now the wizard, and you can grab that dice, and you can give it a power shake. Not another one. Look at that. Doing pretty good, so we're just going to move. It's Barb's turn, so we're going to make it Barb's turn, and we're going to move him up here. And to just make things go faster, you can just move the elf. You can move the wizard, and you can move Gungi. And then just cycle through until it's power phase again. Or exploration, I'm sorry. It's exploration phase. We can explore, so let's draw another card. Flip it over. We have another passageway. Move this deck over here. Again, just hover, Shift-Alt. There's your passageway. I definitely don't like the way it's directed, so I'm going to hit Shift-K, and I'm going to hit Shift-K again, and that's the way I want it to go. It's end of exploration phase, so we go ahead and hit the end button. We are not the wizard, so we click to be the wizard on the logo, and we roll the dice. Oh, we have a 3. We can deal with a 3. It's Gungi's turn, and since, again, for time's sake, guys, all you have to do is click them all. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go through. Can't adventure. It goes to power. I'm already the wizard. I roll the dice. That's how quick and easy. See? We have a 2. Very nice. Very nice. Now I am going to go individually. Let's go to Barb's turn because I want to get positioned here. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good to me. And end. And elf. Right here. Elphora. And yeah, we'll end. And wizard just come up behind him. Yeah, I like that. And end. Dwarf. Gungi there. Look out the door, Gungi. And we're good there, and we can't explore, so we're going to draw another card. Oh, whoops. let's take that and put that card over there. I'm going to draw another one and flip it. We get another passageway. Simply hover and shift alt. And we do, I want it to go straight. Yeah, straight. Put the card away. We're through with the exploration phase. We go to power phase. We aren't the wizard, so we click the logo. Hopefully soon we'll get to see some spells and stuff going off. It's everybody, you know, again, just for time's sake, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4 and drop them back down. Click end. End. Go straight to power phase. I'm already the wizard. Uh-oh. And again, you can go forward, and this time you can get to the power phase or exploration phase. It knows that, so it will stop on the exploration phase and ask you to explore. We'll draw another card and flip it. Another passageway. Oh, all right. Just good. We're burning through this dungeon pretty well, though, so back to power phase. And another 3. And we'll all just move forward again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And go through. Cannot explore, so it's power phase again. Little shake, remember. I like that. Can't use anything, but I like it. Move everybody forward. It'll know that it's the exploration phase. And we draw another card and flip it. We found it right away. Look at that. Is that right? Let me make sure. There's only 2 cards left here. 6 there. Wow. We went right to it. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that works. We went right to it. So, you want to spawn the tomb room. You hover over the tomb room, and the tomb room will spawn. Guys, we didn't see a lot of combat in this one. We could go through the rest of it, but just for didn't get any dungeon rooms or anything. So I just want to go through a few things with you. Ranged attacks work the same way, so let's just get some monsters here to show you as an example real fast. So we're gonna search this and pull up, I don't know. Sure, let's pull up a Minotaur. Let's see. Is that right? Oh, that was orcs. I thought I grabbed a Minotaur out of there. Orcs will work for now. So they're not green. They don't have a sword. They have an axe. That's all changing. We're going to put 6 orcs up. Oh, here's another thing that we're going through. Just one of the details that we try to address. When you have a lot of monsters on the board and they all spawn at the exact same time, I think you can see what's already the problem. Their animations are all identical, and that just doesn't look good on the board. See that? That doesn't look good on the board, kind of. I mean, they're orcs. You know, they don't... they're not the Rockettes. So, anyway, we're changing that. I think Navi's working on some sort of a delayed, just a brief delay, so that they're all at different points in their animations. So just for explanation purposes, let's put somebody on the Barbarian. And what we're going to do is show you how to cast spells. So what's our spell? We have Fireball. So let's do this here, and we'll do this here. And we'll do this. Yeah, you see, that doesn't look right to me. I want to see them all individual. Although the game, to me, is absolutely beautiful. I think it's gorgeous. We're even talking about a way to potentially have different choices for the actual surface area. So you can have darker ones or themed ones that go with the type of adventure. So assuming this was the case, and it is the wizard's turn, so we'll end exploration. We'll go to power. We'll assume that the wizard, let's see. He rolled a 2. So we're going to assume the wizard rolled a 6, which, by the way, you can override all of this. So it's very important to understand it was intentionally designed to play like a board game. We did not want to turn it into a video game, but we wanted everything tracked. Well, this is Warhammer Quest mechanic, guys. You can, right? I mean, that's mind-boggling. Let's track everything. and do so with still being able to have it overridden. So you can just go up and, you know, oh, it didn't register for whatever. You can change all of them. Well, let's go back around. Let's go up 2 rounds. So let's just assume that we rolled a 6 and we have 6 for power, so we have enough to cast a fireball. All right, of course, if you notice, fireball is a pick a 2 square by 2 square area of the board within the line of sight, within the wizard's line of sight. Each monster in that area suffers 1d6 plus the wizard battle level wounds. Okay, so casting spells. Now, I'm gonna be frank. It's a little bit of a learning curve. Okay, which it should be. You're a wizard. You have to learn, right? You have to study stuff. This is magic we're dealing with. It's not something anybody can do. Anybody could do it, right? And we're wanting to hit all 4 of these goblins with a fireball. So to cast a spell, here's what has to happen. To activate the spell, you click on its icon. You left click. You left click on its icon, and you'll get a prompt at the top telling you what to do next. Now, that's different for the different spells. There's 15 spells. It took days to program this in. I mean, Joe did an amazing job with this. So you click on the fireball icon. It'll prompt you as to what to do next. In this case, it'll say select your warriors. When you're in spellcasting mode, so to speak, when you've activated a spell, unlike the regular combat, you have to hold down Control on your keyboard and then select. It's as simple as that. It's just Control select instead of select. When you've selected all the targets you want, you then left-click the icon again, and that triggers the spell to go off. So once again, it's left-click to activate. Do whatever you need to do for the spell, right? Making sure that whatever you need to do is Control if it's selecting something. And then left-click the icon again to activate the spell. So here we go. I am the wizard, so I'm blue, so I better put some blue dice over here for this, right? I'm the wizard, and I'm going to cast Fireball on the 4 orcs. All right, so I'm going to go Fireball. It'll ask me to select, so I'm going to Control, and I'm just going to... No, I don't want to Fireball the... So now the spell's going to cancel. I don't know why that did that. Huh. I don't know why it clicked the... It hit that, but nonetheless... Actually, it might still let me. It didn't time out. So yeah, it's showing green. It's showing green to say I'm waiting to be to go off. So let's try it. We'll click these guys. We'll click the spell. Roll 1d6 for damage. See how they're highlighted? Oh, they only took 1 damage, and it wasn't enough to hurt them. All right, so let's go up again and let's do enough to hurt them. So let's assume again we had 6, right? Wizard's going to cast the spell. Let's go through it again. It's a left click, shift to select, left click again to activate, roll for the damage. Okay, so this wizard likes the 1s. He was doing really well. We're going to give him another chance just so we can see it go off. It's not the game's fault. It's that stupid wizard Shazam. What's he know? What does he know? So let's try again. We're going to cast Fireball, Control, and I'm going to select all of them. I'm going to activate the spell. I'm going to shake and roll for damage. And maybe this time we'll do something. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Death blow to all of them. It immediately kills them, removes them from the board, takes them over to the wizard's area for him to count, subtracted the power off of his ability. And if it didn't kill them, which is a shame because y'all still haven't seen that, but basically wounds show up, little wound dice show up and appear, which represent the wounds left on the monster. So that's pretty neat. So I just wanted to go through spellcasting briefly on this. And it's just a little tricky to remember. Sometimes I even forget, like, oh, I forgot to hit the Control before I selected. But once you start to get it, it goes really fast. It's just a bit of a learning curve. Anyway, guys, this is a rough of some of the features that are implemented. We haven't really even touched the surface of all of them Of course, you can just drop your orcs in there and your goblins for your gold. And, so real quickly, you know, it's like I said, it's the core set. That's what we're working on. The basic rule set and the basics of combat and interaction and death blows and wounds, automatic healing. When I say automatic, you still have to roll the dice. You still have to do everything that you have to do if you were playing the board game. So it's not a video game, but you get to heal. You select who you heal. You pick and roll up the dice to see who you heal, and it'll tell you that 3 warriors were healed. Their character sheets will go up in healing, and it'll show right here for the character sheet for the wizard that you've healed 3 wounds on other warriors, not yourself, but other warriors, and it'll automatically add the 15 gold, 5 gold for each wound, to your kill coffin for the adventure. So you didn't get to see that. You didn't get to see the little dice appear. So that's what it is. That's what the mod is now. For the update, it will have all of these things completed. Let's talk about what it's not and where the development could go. Just briefly, the development can go. First thing that I would want to do is, if we have the support, like I said, is to finish off some of the things with the adventure section. All right, because we haven't even started the traveling or the settlements or we haven't even started that. So the few things that we would want to do, excuse me. One thing I forgot to mention, for the update, they're very basic, just to show an example. It's just going to be an example. But you see how these models are animated, okay? So the barbarian, oh, look, I got both of them. The barbarian, let's move the dwarf over. Let's say the barbarian was here, and let's say the elf was here, and let's say this orc was here, okay? When you, and I know this is just a little nicety, everybody's going to say, well, I don't care about that, you know. But, you know, it's nice. We made it so nice to look at, might as well go the extra mile. So if you're the barbarian and you're attacking, you hit melee attack, instantly what's going to happen when you hit that melee attack is the barbarian's animation is going to go into an attack, but it's going to freeze at like the peak of attack. Like, let's see what he's got. I think he's got a few. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good one. All right. So at the peak of it, though, so as he's turning around here and before his blade hits the orc, it's going to stop because you don't know if you hit him yet. Because you're going to attack, the animation goes off and freezes because it's waiting for your roll. When it gets the result of your roll, it'll know if you hit it or not. Then you'll roll for damage. If you didn't do any damage, your swing will continue to go through, and the orc will have a little block animation like he blocked it. In the same vein, if he does hit and you did do damage, the barbarian's sword animation attack will finish through, and the orc has a little, where is it? The take damage bow shot. Here it is. Like he got hit. Now you won't have to click them; they're automatic. So now I'm triggering them manually. They won't be manual triggered, and he won't be highlighted like this. It'll just happen. So here's his take damage again. So you can see he kind of got. Zoom in on it a little more. And go low. Yeah, here we go. So he's take damage. Boom, he takes damage. If he winds up killing it, it will go to a, here it is, a death, where you killed him. So I know some people had mentioned like, oh, I want to see that, you know, I just killed that monster model. I don't want to see him just yanked off the board so fast, right? I want to enjoy killing that monster. Well, there it is. It'll automatically, let's take him back to idle. It'll automatically, when you hit him and kill him, it will, once he goes to 0 wounds, you'll have this appear before it gets removed. And it's a little more involved with that. That's just the very basic. Once again, that's something that we can improve on if folks want to improve on that, if we have enough people on the Patreon so that there's enough budget every month to continue to put these types of features in. if everybody, you know, if the majority of the people saying, I want better animations, I want more flexibility on the animations, then that's what we'd work on, you know. So it'll be turned over to you guys for y'all to determine how you want it to go. What else do we have? Geez. How about this? How about the rest of the level 1 monster tables, guys? Right now, we just have those 10, right? So just get the rest of the level 1 monster tables in there, just as nice as we have the spiders or the Minotaur. And again, like these are just alpha stage stuff. Who's good? Spider's good. Move Spider over here. Just to show as an example as we're kind of walking through this. No rush, no hurry, and I know everybody's been wanting to hear about it. So you have this spider animation, which when you pick up the model, like you pick up this model, you see how it starts walking automatically? That's going to happen with all of them. So when you pick up the barbarian, he's going to have a walk where he'll walk when you move, and when you drop him, it'll stop and go back to idle. Whoops, turned his torch off. So it'll stop and go back to idle. Likewise, the spiders have a drop-in, which when you drop them, there it is. They'll drop in like that, and anyway, it's pretty cool. There's web attack is already in there. All the monsters' abilities for these 10 monsters are in there, but we're talking about future development, okay? So future development, just on the adventure side, is how about get the rest of these monsters in, right? Well, I don't know if you guys realize, but that's not cheap, right? But I would love to see it. I think I did some math the other day. It's like 10 additional models, I think. And then over here, which is almost as expensive as the models, are programming in Fly, Gang Up. Well, actually, Gang Up's going to be on the Snotlings anyway, but anything that's not already done. Death Leap is done. Webbing is done. Oh, Fear. Fear we didn't do yet. Hate. All this can be programmed in. And that's just for monsters for the adventure section. There's many other things for the adventure section that we could still do. For the traveling, we haven't even addressed that. We would address the traveling section in its minimalist form, like we did for this, and we would also want to address the settlements in its minimalist form, like we did for this, so that for beta, which I hope, again, if we have enough Patreons, we have the budget to be able to continue to develop as we have, 3 or 4 or 5 months from now, we should be able to have an actual beta, which would enable you to do into the same level that we have it now, go from the adventure phase to the traveling phase to the settlements phase to the guild phase and back. Again, all tied into Discord. So again, I want to detail that a little more when we do the live stream about what is still yet to be developed for the beta. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. If y'all have any questions or anything, of course, our Discord is down below in the description of the video. So just go there, go to the Discord and ask away. It's a pretty active community. People are on there pretty much all the time. You can get a question answered, usually within 5 or 10 minutes. And I hope to see you there. Hopefully we'll be adventuring soon with this guy, right? And start putting it into practice. Everybody, y'all have a great evening, and right? Hey, for the Empire.